So I've made the decision to compete at USAPL Raw Nationals this year, and this is a series in which I document the entire training prep. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to the Project Invincible YouTube channel. My name's Nico, and in this series, I'm just going to be recording and reflecting upon my Raw Nationals prep. I'll be competing at Raw Nationals this year in Orlando, sometime in October. I'm not really sure yet. I haven't even registered yet, so I have to go about doing that. But in this series, I'm really just going to be recording all my training footage, kind of reflecting on what I do, and just answering questions that a lot of you guys may have for me. Not really sure if I'm going to make this a weekly recap series or a day-to-day reflection of my training, but I really don't want to make that the focus. There's plenty of training logs out there, and kind of, to be honest, they get boring to me. So my goal is always to put out content of value. So instead of just talking about me training in the gym, this is kind of where I invite you to chime in with me. So I invite you to ask questions, whatever you want me to discuss. If you want me to discuss something in particular, let me know. I'll also be talking about topics in powerlifting and what my opinion is on these topics. I'm really excited for this series because it'll give me a chance to properly document my training for the first time, and plus give me a reason to continually upload. So remember, if you have any questions concerning my training, big topics or small topics in powerlifting, nuances to the game, just kind of ask me, and I'll probably talk about it in an episode. Continuing on with my prep, I'll be working with my man Chris Aiden from The Strength Athlete for my prep to nationals. He's the man. He really knows his stuff, and I trust him very much with my training. He prepped me for my meet in March, and that was where I posted my first 1500 total. This was kind of week one of my prep, where I usually take as an opportunity to kind of dial in and relearn and clean up the movements I'll be doing for the training block. And one of the big things for me as I've progressed as a powerlifter is that every time I sign up for a meet or in preparation for a meet, I always want to go gung-ho at the beginning. So I'll be like 16 weeks out, 14, 12 weeks out, and I always want to go balls to the wall early on. And I learned early that this wasn't repeatable. And this was something that always led to me kind of fatiguing too early or not feeling too well moving into like a peaking cycle. This is where I've changed. This is where I've kind of matured as a lifter, and as I progress through experience, I kind of have a better understanding of how powerlifting training works and how our preparation works. It's not always about having to have the most weight on the bar day to day or week to week. You kind of just have to take advantage of what's there on that day. And during my first week of training, I accepted that, and the first thing I wanted to do was just dial in my technique, focus on execution, and focus on trying to get into the groove again. I haven't been really working out too much. I've kind of been just doing whatever at the gym, so my frequency is back up again, training more often, being more conscious of my recovery, and actually eating correctly. So that's what I usually do on my first week, and that's usually just to kind of move around and get used to being sore again. I always anticipate the first 2 to 3 weeks of being sore day to day, but after like the third week, I'm usually on top of my training and I'm very aware of how the progression of the cycle will go. Yeah, but overall, I'm pretty excited for this meet prep. For the first time, I'm going to be doing movements that I haven't done before, like front squats, stiff leg deadlifts. Chris has prescribed these to me, and I'm really excited to see how these will shape up as I approach the competition. But overall, this is kind of how the setup of the episodes will go. Just make sure you ask questions. I'll talk about topics I feel like I want to touch on, and this is kind of like an open forum between me and the viewer. So if you guys want to talk about something, have me talk about something, you guys just let me know. I'm just going to let the rest of the training play out. This has been the first episode of my Raw Nationals prep, and thanks for watching.
Peace.